Okay, so our seventh section here is the working age, growing a family, that type of age. So we actually had an interview night one night. So Kyle can elaborate a little bit on that.
So we had dinner with our parents. It was me and Luke, and then both of our parents. My parents were there, and we just it was just kind of a big discussion, and we asked them certain questions about, like, what's it like seeing your child grow in their faith. And I know Luke's parents had a lot to say, and my parents had a lot to say too. And it was really nice just sitting there watching them go back and forth and just have different conversations about what's it like seeing their kids grow up in faith, and what's it like trusting God financially, which is what our first topic is going to be about. So I'm going to pass that one to Luke.
So trusting God financially is just really trusting. It's exactly what it means. Is just when times get tough, when you trust God in those times. And our next one is trusting God through generations.
So trusting God through generations. We're gonna talk about Abraham a little bit here. As in the Bible, God made a covenant with him and said that he's gonna be a father of all nations. And I really think this is gonna be a very interesting topic, but it's going to be a very passionate and written out, and I really encourage you to pay attention to some of the words that are going to be written in this section. So, but the next one that we're going to talk about, it might shock you a little bit. We're going to talk about trusting God in the boredom. So I'm going to pass this one to Luke.
So this one is really about, like, just going on and pushing forward, because a lot of times you have the same job for a bunch of years, and so just going through almost the same routine every day, trusting God and being with Him in all that. And it was cool to see it because we had 4 people with 4 different jobs. And so we have a teacher, we had a salesman, we had a basically corporate person, and we have a what does your mom do?
So my mom works for a nonprofit organization, and it is to help single parents afford childcare. And I volunteer there a lot, so I love seeing the work that they do through. It's called COS Kids Ministries, and I love seeing the work that they do through it. And my mom really enjoys that job.
Yeah. So it's really just trusting God in those times where, and really just finding ways to show the gospel to people, even through just your actions at work. And so we see that in this topic here. And then looking back a little bit at the generations, one of the coolest things was that just hearing our parents talk about their kids. I know it might sound selfish because we're talking about ourselves, but especially our siblings, and really just them talking about how much of a joy it's been to spread really the word down generations, and how I've been impacted by them, just sharing the gospel with me and encouraging me to go to church every day, and now I want to be a pastor. But just that's a little bit what we're going into there. And just to touch a little bit more on the actual interview, it was so fun to just sit down, have dinner, and then talk to our parents about stuff. Mr. Havocan always has great stories to tell, and so that was super fun, and I'm glad we got to do it.
I really enjoyed it too. It's not every day that you get to sit down with 2 sets of parents and just have a conversation about just what's going on in life. So again, with the trusting God through generations, I'm gonna brag on Luke a little bit here, but my mom shouted him out a little bit because he recently invited me to his church, and I've been going like every week now, and it's been amazing. And like, parents just love to see their kids growing in faith and inviting new people to church. So I had to brag on him a little bit, but that's what you're going to see in this section. So I really hope y'all enjoy this section, talking about our parents.
Mm-hmm. And one last encouragement as we move on. I would just encourage y'all to talk to your parents about your faith in general. It's super encouraging because even if they don't know Christ and you do, and you get to spread the gospel not only to the people around you, but to your parents who raised you, who love you and want the best for you. So really, in any way, even if your parents love Jesus already, just talk to them about stuff you're going through, just stuff you're learning about at church. Really anything to just keep that conversation going about your faith, because I'm sure your parents love talking about it, and it helps you to talk with people about it. Yeah, so I'd encourage you all to do the same thing, and we hope you enjoy this section.